Hello everyone and welcome to the Maven Dojo. We just got a bunch of info for Tekken 8 about how the mechanics work, and a lot of the community reaction has been quite negative. So today I wanted to point out some details you might have missed and explain how, when you consider the mechanics together with how they influence player behavior, they might actually be pretty interesting. So first, let's go over what we know. Both Rage and Rage arts are still in the game, and they basically work the same way they work in Tekken 7. The lower HP you have, the more damage a Rage art does. I know a lot of Tekken purists don't like Rage arts, but they're very flashy, and I can already tell that just visually they are already improved, they already look more varied. A complaint in Tekken 7 was that almost every Rage art they would just launch and then spike them away. So far in Tekken 8, Jin got his one-winged angel, Law got his nunchucks, Nina got the Glock, so it already looks different. But Rage drives are gone because of the new hit mechanic. Much like in Tekken 7, there is no chip damage, but you do receive great health damage when you block big moves. Think about again your Death Fist or your Alisa or Claudio running 2s. So only specific moves are gonna cause this great health damage. So if you inflict this great health damage on your opponent, you can cash out either by doing lows or specific moves that we haven't been shown yet. Great health cannot kill, so there's no chip kills. You can recover the great health either by attacking, regardless if the opponent is blocking or getting hit, or just by blocking normally. And great health does not recover over time. So what that might create is moments where people might get predictable trying to cash out the great health, which in turn gives the defender opportunities to get a low parry or a well-placed high crush and change the momentum of the fight. So what exactly does Heat do? During Heat you have additional options and your character is enhanced. Think like Soul Charge from Soul Calibur. During Heat you do great health damage on block with any of your attacks. It lasts 10 seconds if you don't do anything, but you can extend the duration by hitting the opponent. And there are ways to end it early, but I'll get into that later. Okay, now that we know what Hit is, how can you activate it? So there are a couple of ways that you can get into Heat. So you can do a Heat burst, so your character doesn't attack, that actually puts you in plus frames, very similar to a Rage drive. But if you use it in a combo, you actually spike the opponent down, like a bound move from Tekken 6. And if you're far away and you just want to activate Heat, you can also raw activate without the Heat burst. Another way to activate Heat is through a Heat engager. About 5 moves per character are called Heat engagers, and when you hit your opponent with one of them, you can choose to go into Heat. When you hit the opponent with a Heat engager, your character auto runs at them for a mix-up. Pay attention on how Paul runs during this clip. I'm gonna mention that later. So besides getting a mix-up, you have 2 special actions during Heat, and they spend Heat energy. So one of those actions is called a Heat Smash, that consumes 1 Heat energy for an attack. The other action is a Heat Dash. You can cancel a Heat engager into a dash, like Paul cancels here from the Death Fist. Now if you pay attention on the run animation, it is different than before. To do a Heat Dash, you must already be on Heat. So on block it will lead to a very similar situation where you get a mix. But if your Heat is activated and you hit an opponent with the Heat engager, you can cancel that engager into a Heat Dash and continue a combo from there. But there's more. How do you even get Heat energy? If you activate heat from a heat burst or activate it raw, you only get 1 heat energy. While if you activate using a heat engager, you get 2. So it is possible to mix your opponent up multiple times if you want to spend heat that way. You could technically force even up to 3 mix-ups in a row. Death Fist, engage heat, another Death Fist, heat dash, then another heat engager and another heat dash. However, losing your heat energy ends heat early. Just because you can get those crazy mix-ups doesn't mean that that's the optimal way to use heat. Because as the dev said, they're using heat to expand each character's playstyle. For example, Paul, as the strongest in the universe, he gets a guard break. Law's nunchucks get stronger and get an instant bound. King gets armor. And Nina even gets different strengths using her guns. So there is a lot of decision making in regards to how you want to use heat, and I can see a lot of player expression showing up that way. Now with this understanding of the hit system that we have now, we can actually go back into the old footage and understand better what was going on. Okay, so with all this crazy offense going on, how can players deal with this? Remember, losing all your heat energy ends heat. So if you were to go back with the second trailer, just look how Jin is in trouble. He uses 1+2 on hit as an engager, 442, hit dash, mixes, gets wrecked. Now he still has 1 heat energy, but he's about to get comboed and his 10 seconds still winding down. Additionally, frame data is not changed for regular moves if a character is in heat, so you can still punish, move, take your turns and fight back. If the attacker is careless and extends his attacking too much, and he gets launched while in heat, he's not only losing health, positioning, but also precious heat time. Power Crush have been buffed. Instead of taking regular health, you're gonna be taking gray health. So having a safe Power Crush is going to be a premium in the early meta of the game. Overall, the more we watch the footage and think about how they might impact gameplay, I feel like the hit system is a natural evolution for race drives. The game is still far away, as they announced location tests and they're calling them closed alphas. We're not even in betas yet. And when they announced the next TWT, they didn't even say the last TWT for Tekken 7 or anything like that. So it's gonna be a long road ahead of us as we wait to get our hands in Tekken 8. My advice? Let the devs cook.